Clinical, man. Clinical. Uh, Zeddy Will. Zeddy Will went viral, dude. This is crazy. He shut up the club. Oh man, why did I say that? It's 50 seconds. 50 seconds in.
Yep, 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 yep.
This is crazy. But
There was
he couldn't.
multiple clubs actually.
Yeah, well, oh, now you're doubling down.
Didn't
Yeah,
say what multiple clubs.
hey, five. He got five different women pregnant at the same time, even to the point that Big Daddy, Mister Football Team, Mister, I'm trying to create a community, Mister. I want to start my own city. Nick Cannon had to chime in. Nick Cannon, Nick Cannon said he needs help.
Yeah.
Ah!
But I
Oh
think
man.
I don't know what his status is. So Zeddy's status is compared to Nick.
Well, I
But
can tell you already, but okay,
Nick can.
continue.
I mean, Nick has the money to distribute. I mean, it's not only money; you need to be there attention-wise as well. But Zed is trying to make the best, the most of the situation. Actually, trying to work efficiently.
Do you know how you know what his financial status is? Nick
Wow.
doesn't use his kids to go viral. This guy did. He's trying to get the money up. Hey, who else is thinking? Oh, he has five kids. Let me start listening to his music.
Yeah.
He's a
Well,
musician, but good luck to
maybe
him.
maybe he saw that. Maybe he saw that Country Wayne, because one Country Wayne has been making his rounds, and he had 22 kids by the age of no, no, wait, not 22 kids. He had 7 kids by the age of 22. Yo.
22
And
kids.
maybe he's looking
That's
at
crazy.
maybe he's looking at Nick Cannon and Country Wayne, and
And
he's like, well, maybe the kids are the motivation necessary to start balling. But
well,
hey, until
well,
then, he had to host a joint baby shower for the for the five baby mama. So I guess that's one way to do it. In any
that's a
case,
start.
that's the start. Yeah. Well,
Good luck to him and the kids. Hey, let's continue, man. Let's start the show.
start, man. Hey, let's start the show. You see, KR, for those of you who noticed, the we might sound. I mean, still getting back to it. For those of you watching the show, welcome to another edition of the Double Touch Show. We're black people. I mean, we're back, people. We're back because we've we took a break. Of course, you didn't notice it. You might have saw that we dropped some evergreen topics and stories. We're gonna do that occasionally as well. But yeah, man. In today's show, we're gonna pick up the trending topics. We're gonna talk about Jeannie Mai wanting to see Jeezy's finances. I mean, things are heating up. Well, heating up for the snowman, but
He's melting.
he's
Help him.
melting after a marriage of 2 years.
Oh man. Oh man. Jeezy, why here did had to be you, man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Jeannie Mai also said in another story that she didn't read the prenup. In any case, DJ Envy is preparing to testify against his former partner in business, Cesar Pina. We didn't say business partner; we said partner in business.
Well,
'Cause,
you can replace the business with something else, but I thought, yo,
but yeah, he's preparing to testify. Of course, DJ Envy, we covered it in other stories as well. He's also been the topic of investigation.
Mm.
So, and last but not least, we're going to talk about the brick lady, Rhoda Osman, who is encountering some legal issues. What's the there's a trending sound or yeah, sound bite in on Instagram. Surprise, surprise. Okay. No,
What's
man, but it's gonna be a great show today. We're gonna start off with the Genie My story, but KR, I went to New York
mm-hmm.
for a week. Partially,
Yeah.
that was partially why we had a break. And I mean, you read about the homeless crisis, homelessness crisis, and you could clearly see it as well. The first couple of days, then they become invisible because you see everyone's walking over them, and suddenly, oh man, it's crazy. But suddenly, you start. It becomes like normal. It's not
Yeah.
normal. It's a crisis, but it
Yeah.
becomes normal because everyone's like zigzagging through the streets. But it
Did
was cold.
did someone had to clutch her purse as well?
Well, maybe in the subways, but not on the streets. That's a pretty well. It's a pretty safe. Well, let me put it this way, because it's already. I mean, Christmas is over, right? But the lights were still up when I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and as you were walking, when you're walking through the streets and daytime, no problem. But it's when we went to the Rockefeller Center. I think there was like some Christmas decorations, and you could skate there as well. Ice skate. And as we were walking there, KR, I could see. You just I'm a very vigilant people. I'm very. You start watching, looking at people, man. Yo, you see people watching, looking at your bag, and they keep looking, and you can see the thief in their eyes. I don't know.
You can see the teeth in your eyes.
I,
Yeah. Hey, that's a bar right there.
no, man, you can see the
You
thief
make the
in their
shirt
eyes.
on. I can see the teeth in your eyes.
No, man. So there, it was like
Hey, hey,
scary then, but if you just keep walking, then there's no problem.
let
But
me write that down. This is
yeah,
crazy.
man, yeah, I can
No,
see the thief.
when you need to. We're gonna put that one out when we start putting out merch. We're gonna put that one out so you can wear it at your first, your first, your first interview when you're going for for a job
Yeah,
application. I can see
I can
the
see
teeth
the thief
in
in
your
your. Yes. Oh man.
eye. Yo,
Hey guys.
let's start off.
Before you start this first topic, remember, if you haven't done so already, subscribe. It's very important. We're reaching the first mark, which is the 500 sub mark. Please, if you haven't done so already and you like the content, subscribe. If you haven't done so, it really helps us build this platform. Don't forget to check out our clips channel, double dot clips. Go check that out and subscribe there as well. Two separate channels. Remember to like the video, share it with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And of course, don't forget to engage with us. Let us know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. This is an open platform. So we're curious to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that being said, KR, let's start with the first topic.
Yes, your sound isn't working, but I imagine it says, "Let's
Wait.
start the show." Let's start the show, Jenny. Let's do this, and it sounds good as well. Jenny, Mai, and Jeezy.
What's
Oh
happening?
man, the divorce is turning nasty. It seems like someone cannot read or hasn't been able to read or whatever you want to call it. It's not. It started very amicably. It
It did.
seemed like they were going to handle this as grown men and women.
Mhm.
Women. But the latest news is that Jeannie demands to see Jeezy's finances because she's
Mm,
not sure whether what she signed is fair. She's trying to say the snowman conned her. Ah, that's a that's a freezing one. And this is a winter conman. That's what she's trying to. I mean, otherwise, there's no other way you're trying to look into the finances. And she's trying to, and she's trying to strip. She's trying to strip the snowman bucket naked. You don't know that reference.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
that's a Bernie that's a Bernie Mac reference. Bucket
I,
naked. Anyway, shout out to Bernie Mac. But anyway,
not to Steve
so
Harvey.
let's continue. Jeannie is out here asking
Oh,
to see the finances.
yeah.
What's your opinion on this stuff? Because it's going out of hand, bro. It's
Yeah, well, it, she wouldn't be asking it if the prenup wasn't an issue,
mm-hmm.
or at least her challenge. She's asking it because now she's challenging the prenup. If you already agreed to something in the prenup, then that's what you would need to comply with. Now, there are instances where you would still need to look at the finances, even if you have a prenup, because everything, of course, depends on what you have in the prenup. So, if in the prenup it's stated that the the spouse, the other spouse, gets a percentage of something, then you would need to look at the amount or the value in order to get to determine what the percentage is. In this case, I believe Ginny, Mai, and Jeezy, they signed the prenup a day
A
a
day,
day
yeah.
before,
It was the day before. She
and
signed it a day before. Doesn't mean that he handed to her a day before.
no, but she did sign it a day before because of course she couldn't read it before that day because
And she
she was
read.
preparing for the party. And you need to, as the lead attorney, another amazing content creator on YouTube said, continuously says actually, prenups work almost 100% of the time. Dot dot dot.
Oh, yeah.
If done properly.
Yeah, that's like I can write. Anyway, let's continue. Continue your point.
You is yeah. It's like
I wasn't going to say that would have been crazy. Good thing I stopped.
well, the thing is, one of the things he always says is that it's in in order for it to be almost ironclad, the prenup, it's necessary, if not strongly advisable, to do it at least 6 months prior to the wedding date. Because then, if you sign it 6 months before, you can't say, I didn't read it, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, you can
Another thing,
especially
another advice, and this is not legal advice, but I'm just comment. Another thing that TLA says is that it's good that if both parties have their lawyers. So it's very likely that Ginny might get the prenup. I don't know what you say, annulled or dissolved
thrown
or
out.
thrown out, like Posada.
That's the
And
well,
if
it's not Posada. Posada is the catcher, dude.
he throws it out, right? Isn't he
No,
the
that's
one
the
that's
pitcher.
throwing at the ball?
The pitcher is
If you
throwing.
if someone is robbing the base and you throw it, didn't you throw it out? Because the pitcher strikes
This is why
someone
we
out. Not
don't get a discussion with lawyers because he started off from a pitcher's mound and then
no,
he
I
turned it
didn't.
into a steal.
No, no, it's
Excuse
Posada
me,
because
language.
the pitcher strikes someone out. and throwing
Okay,
someone out is something
you're right.
else.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Continue. Yo, he was.
So,
Yo, dude, what the heck? I was like, why is he? Why is he saying anything? And then I heard the horn. Oh
so
man.
I think so. I might be wrong, guys. Let me know. But in any case, the the thing is, you have the now Jeannie Mai is asking for the prenup, well, to be thrown out, and of course, in weight of the response of the results of that request, that claim, she's also asking for the finances, of course, because then the finances will become relevant. Well, they'll become more relevant. I
Yeah.
think that I'm I think that it's funny how we still look at marriage as something that it's based primarily on, let's say, the monetary, the legal aspect gets seen as the least when getting
Least
married,
important. Yeah.
least important, and when divorcing it's the most important. So if you get in a discussion, because if you get in a discussion prior, if you say to someone, I want a prenup, there are still, I do think a lot less people, but there are still people who would say, no, man, no,
About love.
it's about love. If you don't love me, we need to be all in together. But when you're divorcing, you don't say, you know what, the divorce, it's about love. You marry, no, then it's about money.
Yeah.
Then it's still a very, I think it's a very, it's the marriage in itself is not the issue for me. The issue is that we still think that it's about love and not more than that, or something deeper than that. That doesn't have to do with fairy tales and feelings, horniness, because you might confuse horniness with being in love as well.
Love is a feeling, and the feeling that's called love doesn't stay forever. It might go up, it might go down. So you
So I would
need
say,
more than just love
yeah.
to
So I
to
would
to
say,
keep the
no, continue.
bond in that situation further. Oh, sorry, you're trying to say something?
Yeah, well, I would say that love is not a feeling. In love, feeling in love is a feeling. But love to
An
me, if you
emotion.
ask me what, yeah, if you ask me
Edwin,
what
what is
love
an
is,
emotion?
um, emotion is something that you have, but that do not. A lot of people think that they are their emotions, that they are their feelings, that they are their thoughts, but it's
Mhm.
just something that you experience. It's like chemical reaction that happens due to an impulse, but it doesn't necessarily. It should, you can. It's always mind over matter. But what I
Okay.
want to say is this: love, to me, if you ask me what love is a decision. Love isn't what you're feeling. So
Explain.
it's like,
Explain yourself.
so someone can do you wrong and you still love that person. For example, let's take there are various kinds of love. If you take it, let's say you have a kid. The kid does
Agape.
something wrong. The agape. So a kid does something wrong. You can be mad at the kid, but still want, and so you will correct the kid, but you still do it out of love. You're not going to, you want the kid, you want to teach the kid something, but you don't want to break the kid. You still want, you think you're doing it because it's best for the kid.
Mhm.
You can do it with grown up as well. It's not doing what the other person wants you to do all the time. It's not complying to every demand of someone. It's doing what you think is the best for that person. It's being mad, it's being angry, because to me, that's when you know, that's when love, that's where you truly showcase love. Can you be mad at someone, angry at someone, disappointed at someone, and still do what you know is necessary, and Of course, we can go deeper, but there's not a topic. This isn't a love channel, but that to me is love. And I think a lot of people don't know what love is, or this they 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 think they know what love is, but
The
when
concept
push
of
comes,
love is warped. It's
yeah,
warped
and when
because they consume media to the point that they don't know what it means. It's like the couple goal stuff, right? We always
as a
talk about
couple,
this. It's the couple
yeah,
goal. People see and then they think that's the type of love
yeah,
or whatever that's attached
yeah,
to that. That's what it means.
yeah. So people look at Jeannie Mai and Jeezy, they divorced, and they're like, wow, ideal couple example. If they, I don't believe in love anymore, and I'm like, if those are your your couple goals, I'd rather go and talk to the neighbor, the neighbors, 80-year-old neighbors who've been married for a long time, and learn from them what love
Well,
is. Because when they talk about it, no, I'm serious. When they talk about it, the way for them to get to grow old together, it required a lot. And I know what you're about to say. Don't say it because you want to say
come on, man. Come on, you're trying to censor me on my own show. It's a 50-50 show, man. You're trying to
well,
censor
not
me.
during that time.
What?
I said not during that time. I know that's what you want to say. But
Well, I
no,
wanted to say
but
something in that ballpark. Well, okay.
yeah. But all I'm saying is, whatever it is, it's not the form, it's the way, the mindset. And nowadays, no one wants to fight. No one is willing to sacrifice, etc. And if you have artists, two big personalities, they both have their money. Jeezy has his money. Jeannie
Apparently,
Mai.
Jeannie doesn't have her money because she's trying to rob the guy blind. What are we
Well,
talking?
wait, no. In her concept, she's trying to take what legally
What is
belongs
hers?
to her.
Legally is hers. Yes, yes.
Legally,
The
it's
funny
her. It's,
thing is, but this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to let you explain yourself about the love part. Well, I won't comment on that. I'll leave that for another show because I can go deep into this stuff, but then it
yeah.
becomes a bit more abstract.
we
But
we can do an evergreen, another.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
because we're gonna
yeah.
do more evergreens, so we might do an evergreen
Yeah.
topic
And
about
then
love.
and then I'm gonna confuse people for real, for real. When I start breaking stuff down in abstract form. But
Okay.
one thing I think is funny with this Ginny My story is that in the beginning, do you remember what she said right away after the divorce was announced? Well, not right away, maybe 2 weeks after.
No.
Around the time the Nia Long interview came out.
Yeah, she said that. Well, shortly after, she claimed that Jeezy cheated. Or yeah,
She
Jeezy.
told the judge, or at least her lawyer,
Yeah.
that's what was being said. They were saying, enforce the prenup. And suddenly they're saying, do not enforce the prenup. What do you want, ma'am? What do you want? Do you want it to be enforced or not? Or are you
Uh,
seeing a bigger bag?
yeah.
She's probably seeing a big, well, not her. Maybe she's seeing a bigger bag and the lawyer.
Yeah. I don't
Because
know.
it's funny. I mean, right after she said enforce it, because apparently he was cheating, and there is a clause in there. I remember because
Well, it was not cheating. It was even so emotionally.
yeah, that
So if
the whole line was crazy. I
yeah,
don't know
it
how
wasn't even
What
yeah.
Jeezy was smoking, what he was on. He was smoking on that snowman pack, his own
That
pack. Uh,
we
Cheesy was, I don't know how he put that in there. Who the heck put that one in there? It's basically by the if you read that line, I can't recall the line from the top of my head. If you would read it, it would mean that even if he has, let's say, kind of a emotional conversation with his baby mom, it
yeah.
would be kind of cheating in that how they describe it. And that would
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
that would be
even with
crazy.
even with a family member, because, and I'm going to paraphrase, but the essence of the clause was that cheating, or at least that Jeezy wasn't allowed to have any emotional, no, any emotional, so strong emotional relationship with another person.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy.
this is, of course, it was written in legal jargon, but what could fall under that wording, that formulation, was not only romantic but
Yeah.
also relationship, so like a familiar relationship. So if you have like a good
His
bond
mom.
with your mom, your sister,
His
your
mom.
brother, that would fall. So it doesn't, it's I don't recall if it even said female. I hope it at least said
No,
female, but
we did.
it's
I
so,
don't think it did.
I don't think it did either. So it's very broad. And
And
as you
it was
said, that's a
crazy.
good point. I didn't think about it, but they wanted, she wanted the judge to enforce that clause,
Right
claiming
away.
that Jeezy infringed it, so that he either committed adultery or something to that extent, or
He's
had. And now she's saying, I didn't read it, which is indeed the opposite argument. And yeah, I'm a bit confused. And I do think it's, well, I'm confused, but at the same time, I'm not. So, as an attorney, when I get a case, a situation, I always have to determine the best strategy that would increase, so that would put my client in the best possible position to get as much as possible. So it's a strategy to put my client in the best possible position to get as much as possible. So if there's a strategy where my client can get more, but the position is more risky, then it's up to my client to decide, you know what, high risk, high reward, or you know what, I want the short thing. So let's take the short route. Right now, it seems a bit all over the place. So I
They're
do think we
floating
would,
balloons. See what sticks. They're throwing things against the wall and see what sticks. What does that tell you about that situation as a lawyer? If they're throwing as much as possible against the wall, do they are they actually searching for something to build the case upon? Are they trying to find out what the judge thinks? Basically floating all and see which one the judge grips the most, and then they go through that door.
yeah, that's possible.
Mm.
Well, sometimes you do, sometimes you can put primary, subsidiary. So you claim this. If it's not this, then so, because what you have is, you have the facts and the legal facts. So it was raining that day. Is that a fact? Yes. Is it a legal fact? No, because it's legally, it doesn't have, it's not of relevance.
Mhm.
Un- Unless, for example, just to use another example, you're driving a car and you claim that due to the rain the road was slippery and you crashed against another car. So that's, if in that case, it's so, not all facts are necessarily legal facts or legally relevant.
Mhm.
So what the judge, so first, so the a petition and uh, response, you have the facts part, where the clients, where both parties or all parties try to give their version of the events that took place, in order for the judge to make, to determine for himself what the facts are that are established. And how does the judge determine that? If someone says something and the other person agrees, then yes, it's true, because both parties says it is. If they both said, for example, that it rained, then it did rain. For the for the case. Maybe if the
Mhm.
judge goes and looks, the judge might determine, hey, it didn't rain at all. But for that case, hey, they said it rained, so it did. If one person says something, the other person does says the opposite, then one of them need to prove it. One of them need to present a proof. So
Mm.
that's another way where the judge can determine. But anyway, when that phase is done, you have like the facts and circumstances. Based on that, the
You
judge
start
will determine.
analyzing.
Yeah, the judge will determine what are the relevant legal information that should be extracted from the facts and circumstances of that day or of the case. And then we'll go to the next phase. Based on this information, what can you qualify it as? Can you qualify it as a, for example, to at least to stick with this case, was there cheating? Was there was there any communication or relationship between Jeezy and another person that falls under the clause of the prenuptial agreement, and based on which the prenup should be enforced or thrown away in this case? So then you can use judge. Then you can ask judge, I want you to, based on the facts and circumstances, I want you to ask for this. So I'm claiming this, and I want, this is my first claim. And if you believe that it's not valid, then I want this. And if you believe that you can't qualify it as that, then I want you to qualify it. So you can try to throw everything indeed and see what the judge thinks is the best. And usually you would put your best foot forward. And that can be, let's say, your maybe high risk, high reward first, and subsidiary the short thing, because
Mm.
you want to always try to get more. But this is, of course, just like strategy in general.
Sounds like Diddy, but I continue.
Well, Diddy pays off, so that's
Well, he's always trying to get more, right? Anyway, I didn't say that. It was just a random thought. It is thought. Can you think something and not get sued for it?
guys. KR has guys.
I'm
KR
getting rich over you.
KR has Tourette's. It doesn't mean what is.
Oh man, hey, let's continue with one thing I want to say, and you started this part, and then we can exit this topic. You started in the beginning saying that the prenup, you gotta put it. It is important to put the right prenup together, otherwise it will get thrown out. That's what lead attorney said. I think one of the things people always overlook is the balance, right? When you, it's also the same with NDAs. That's something sometimes maybe you can chime in real quick about that. Sometimes why NDAs or prenups are being thrown out because the balance isn't right. So, for example, if you put into your prenup after, let's say you're a billionaire, and after 50 years of marriage, she can leave with only 1 million. That's kind of out of balance. And then the judge may say, this is not fair for you to do this. Um, I think you also, when you're putting, and this is not advice, but always keep in mind when you're putting a NDA or whatever together, a prenup, that you have to keep that in mind, that it has to be balanced, that aspect. Talk to your lawyers about it.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, in the US, you have various states, and
Also
all
changes.
states, different laws. So in some states you can do it, others you can't. In some states you can do it more. There are a lot of things that play a role. But yeah, indeed, wherever you are. So that's the reason why you need to have a
Local lawyer.
lawyer, a local lawyer. Well, it's funny you say that. Yesterday, a client asked me to assist with a contract for a company. It's like I'm setting you up for a company in Colombia, and and I told him,
for Thursday's show, by the way. But okay.
Uh, but no, but to your point, and I told him, yeah, I can help you as a liaison because legal. I mean, lawyers can speak to lawyers and understand, conceptually how things are.
Mhm.
But you need a local lawyer there to assist because as a lawyer, I don't have jurisdiction in Colombia. I don't know Colombian law, and you should have someone there to
I know
assist.
Colombian law. Let's continue.
Uh,
Oh my God.
Plata o plomo.
Not
Anyway,
so cool. That's number one law. Introduced by the prime minister himself, almost
yeah,
prime minister. Hey man,
almost.
sorry
If the
that I'm
coup was
interrupting.
successful,
Huh?
is that if the coup was successful,
Oh,
then
that was, yo, imagine the biggest. Well, there are some countries in South America where let's say the father is the prime minister and the son is locked up in the US for trafficking. So you can technically say the father was also involved a lot of times. But okay, I'm not gonna imply anything, but there are some countries
I
that
think you
start
can
with a
say, I
and,
think you
and a
can say that.
UR. It starts with the SUR. Just try type in SUR South America. You'll find oh he's on the run now, but okay, good luck to him.
I think you can. I think that also applies for the U.S.
Next show,
Not
next
trafficking though,
topic,
but
next
yeah.
topic. I like my life. I'm acting like that guy is Diddy number two. Anyway,
Um, hey,
DJ
let's
Envy, man.
yeah, let's start with the second topic. DJ Envy. Before we proceed, guys, remember to subscribe, comment, let us know what you think, agree or disagree, and rate the show by pressing the like button. Share it with your friends, your family, and your enemies. Yeah, man. DJ Envy.
And if you know Caesar and DJ Envy, also share this with them. Shout out to them. I see partners are breaking up. Longtime partners. Seems like that's what the articles are saying. There's
Yeah.
always when jail starts coming into the picture. When prison and jail starts coming into picture, people start telling stories. Somehow they start singing. They turn into Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
And it seems like DJ Envy decided to start putting that song on. He's being prepared. He's prepared. And actually, he's not prepared. He's being prepped to testify against his former business partner, Cesar Pia, who is facing charges for defrauding real estate investors out of millions of dollars.
Mhm.
This is something we talked about real brief last year, where you were saying, okay, when is this going to lead to people telling on each other?
Yeah.
And it seems like we are here.
Yeah.
And um, DJ Envy will stand on the he will take a stand and point out and say,
I've seen him do it.
he's the guy.
Now he's well. In this case, he's saying that he didn't see him do
Actually,
it.
you should be doing the pointing because you, in complexion, you look more like DJ Envy. Yo, ay, Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Oh,
I can wait. I can't wait when we get to Diddy. Anyway, yeah, a lot of it, man.
oh man, oh man. Hey yo, DJ Envy he ain't looking good out here, man. He isn't
Nice,
looking
nice.
good out here.
Well, I think in his situation, it would be strategically unwise not to testify because he's already being seen by a lot of people as being, let's say, involved. A lot of people claimed to have joined Cesar Pina or invested with Cesar Pina because DJ Envy was endorsing him, and it seemed as though to them, a lot of them, they're claiming that they didn't see it as an endorsement, that but they saw that they were investing in DJ Envy and Cesar Pina as one. So it wasn't like just an endorsement, but they were, it seems as though, you come together, you say that you're business partners, you invite the man in on the breakfast club. Yeah. So it would be unwise now for him to say, no, you know what? I am not going to testify. I ain't no snitch. Because if he doesn't, it will only make people more convinced that he's also involved.
Life is funny because do you remember? Maybe you can recall, maybe you don't. In the time where we had this rainbow colored rapper, or at least hair was rainbow colored.
Hmm.
His name was Takashi. When he was in the stand pointing out, Breakfast Club was pretty, well, let's say, a bit aggressive towards him sitting there. And now you're the one. Hey,
Yeah.
man. Well, everyone in New York was
Yeah.
quite critical about that situation because, according to the street rules, you shouldn't be pointing out anyone who was screwing your baby mama behind your back, stealing from you, and trying to screw you business wise. Well, I guess you gotta pause. Pause. I was gonna say something. I'm paused
But
myself without saying it.
yeah, well, I guess in this case, according to Charleston White, you have a difference between snitching and telling. Snitching is when you also partook, and telling partaken, partook should be right. I
Well,
think so.
you took something.
So and and
Well,
and telling is,
allegedly he took something. I don't know what.
yeah,
I don't know. He's a business partner.
yeah, and telling is when you know something, you heard it and you
Mm,
tell. So in this
mm,
case, he's claiming that he's not snitching. He's probably claiming
mm.
that he's telling
He's
what
telling.
he
Okay,
knows. He's telling
what
what
he
he
knows.
knows. He already said on the radio that he wasn't aware of what was going on. He doesn't know how the money
Really,
was used, and yeah, that's what he's
really,
saying.
really. So let's say I'm a dealer in goods, in white goods. I partner with you in whatever. Let's say you own a store.
Dry
I
a dry
say,
clean.
right. Well, it fits perfectly. You own a dry cleaner. I tell you, RJ, I want to partner up with you. What is the first thing you ask me? Where do you get your money from, bro? I
Yeah,
want
and
to know where you
reference.
get
I
your
want
money from.
reference. I want all those things. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear things or are you tone deaf to them? It's not
Yeah.
like out of nowhere these cases came up. I mean, there's been rumblings. You cannot tell me you didn't know.
Yeah. You know what the thing
I'm not
is,
saying you
KR?
knew. I'm not saying you knew,
Yeah.
but this is the
Yeah.
thing, right? This is the thing between law and reality. The law can say you didn't know, but everyone knows. You might have
Yeah.
heard it, but you're like, it's not my money.
Yeah. When I Earn Your Leisure got a lot of criticism last year
Mhm.
because two people last year and the year before that, because two or three people that they interviewed turned out to be con men. One of them is your
What,
cousin,
two or
Morrison.
three? Can you tell? Can you
Um,
count?
your cousin, Morrison. Yeah,
Oh man, you tried to hand me up. I'm not his cousin. Don't
I
put
know
me
you're
in. Yo, you trying to get me. You trying to get me out of here with the Columbia
I,
guys.
I'm I'm trying to get
Man.
you for your I'm trying to get you for your complexion remark. A couple of
And let me say this. Let me say this. You went to New York. I went to Davos. So know who you're standing against.
Okay. Your private chat is already is
Private
on
jet is ready to fly, man.
it's on
Just one
24/7. Ju- Just just
let's skip this
because
one. Let's
you're leaving the world behind. Anyway, we have we have the but yeah, so they got a lot of criticism, and my argument, my defense, so in their defense, my claim was, yeah,
You're defending them now.
no, 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 that's a lawyer, they're not paying me. But
Okay.
what I say is, as a platform that interviews people, I think when someone tells you, you know who's doing it good, doing good, I think the bar is lower when you want to interview someone.
Of course.
But
Content.
yeah, and the
And I got
same goes for the Breakfast Club, DJM. However, when you start, and to your point, when you start working with someone, you need to do a background check, and I mean, you need to do a due diligence. I can't imagine they work together without a due diligence. I can't imagine they did that.
well, I can imagine because a lot of people invested in the guy with due diligence. So I can imagine that. Sounds
But
stupid,
yeah, sounds
but
stupid. Yeah,
you know how people do business, RJ. You know how
yeah.
people do.
But that's the first thing, and the second thing is, I think it's, if you're going to endorse and say people, hey, you need to invest, you really need to do that. And they're even claiming that Envy got paid. So payola, right? They're claiming, or there are at least claims out there that Envy got paid to promote. I don't know if that's true or not,
Mhm.
but I mean, the
Podcast,
investigation.
what we call it these days.
Well, the is it called, yeah, podcast
Well,
payola?
that's how they call it in the internet streets.
Yeah, just
That's
like you
how.
invented
What's the guy?
real
What's the
estate
guy's
rate.
name? Shout out to him, by the way.
Oh,
Um, with the red, he always wears red with the glasses. Pocket watching with JT.
mm.
Calls it podcast payola.
Does he always read? Yeah, he does always read red. Yeah, yeah. I got him confused with Anthony Logan Paul, I think is his name or something.
Anthony Logan.
Also,
Well, that's a big difference. Anthony Logan Paul. Well, they're both. Well, let's
well, they're
continue.
in the same. Well, I think they're the same group though.
Yeah,
But they
well,
talk about different
it's
things.
political. They talk about different things.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So one is more political, right? I think Anthony
yeah,
Logan Paul.
uh,
Yeah.
ABL.
Mm. But
But
yeah,
anyway, so they calls it podcast payola, where people basically pay the platform to visit and talk about how great they are.
yeah. And again, it's different, right? Than when you're doing an ad. But you really
Well,
need to watch out.
you need to really watch out because I mean, it's to me, it's not different. It's the same. The problem
You
is a
think so?
lot of times, yes,
Yeah.
because you're paying for. What do you do when you're paying for an ad?
Well, I guess it depends on this, right? It depends on this. If the ad is for you to buy something, your risk is lower. No, I understand, but your risk is
Oh,
lower.
you
Let's say
mean like
you're,
that? So, yeah,
yeah, your risk is
from a
lower.
legal perspective.
Yeah, from a legal
Well,
perspective. But so this is my point. If your ad is to buy shampoo, so a lot of people do some, I'm not gonna, no one's paying us, so we're not gonna use any names here. But if your ad is for a shampoo, then the only way that you could, I mean, the risk is very low because you buy the shampoo.
yeah,
If the shampoo causes hair loss, then I mean, technically someone could still try to sue you, but
they
I
can. Yeah,
see it's more difficult. But if
but you
your
can.
ad, but if your ad is for someone to invest with a bank or an institution or something, the risks there are way higher because
Yeah,
the shampoo max that you could pay is 100. Do people say bucks anymore? $100 for for a package with a lot of things,
Yeah.
maybe. But investing, when it comes to investing, I think 100 is a minimum. So the chances of
Believe
you
me.
getting,
These
you know,
scammers, you start at 5,000.
yeah.
These scammers start at 5,000. You have 5,000, you can walk into that door. If you don't
Mm.
have 5,000, go hustle and get the 5,000 so you can
Hey,
give it to me so I can buy a new Ferrari.
yo, KR, if you
Now,
if you have 5,000, you can walk, you can walk through the door, but stay there for 15,000.
you can sit next to me and I can tell you sweet, sweet tales about how we're gonna make money together. Hey man, it's crazy. It's crazy. If you think about it, to me, but this is how I look at it, right? A lot of times I'm very vigilant and I always look at these podcasts where they're inviting these people that talk about finances. I look at them really with a side eye because you never know whether it's podcast payola. And why do I think it's the same? But with, well, you can call it podcast payola. When people are paying to come onto your platform, that's basically a 45-minute ad instead of 2 minutes. They're gonna tell you the best stories. I fought Gracie. I punch him into pulp. I'm the greatest ever. Come buy me. Come buy my course. How to fight. How to win in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. No verification. They don't ask very. The thing is this, and that's why I always am very wary about these podcasts and promoting this stuff. They don't ask really hard questions to these guys. They softball everything, and so you continue, and then before you know it, they got hemmed up in a scam, and now your name is
Mhm.
into it. Now your brand is some
Yeah.
way tied to this.
But you
Can
see
use
a
my word.
payola, so you don't see when someone comes, so when someone pays you to come to use your platform for an
I think
ad, you're saying is the same as someone paying you to come be interviewed by you so they can promote. Is that what you're saying?
Well, in my opinion, but that's me, right? If let's say you were running this double thought show, and someone comes to us with a brand new product that makes sure that you can grow a beard, we need to do some due diligence because at the end, it's our name
Yeah.
that's put on the line. And I think, but I mean, legally it's totally different, right? But I think you are complicit if people buy on your platform based
Hmm.
on your advice
Hmm.
that product.
Yeah. But again,
But anyway,
yes and no, because
legally it's different. I know that's
yeah,
legally different.
legally it's different. Legally it's different
Yeah,
because let's
but
say if I did my due diligence, let's say I did my due diligence, I got a report and some research papers that were falsified. I get some numbers that are falsified, but I have no reason to believe that they're falsified. Then I can always say I'm a victim too. The problem is that a lot of times they don't even have that. That's the thing with due diligence. If you
that's why you
let's say if
never that's why you never take the information from them. You do your own research.
I agree.
If you take the information that they gave you, they're always gonna give you the best information available. They're gonna give you the lie. But
I
anyway, hey
agree.
man, good luck to DJ Envy. Start snitching campaign. I think we should start a segment where we highlight people that are start to snitch on their partner. But
Yeah.
by the way, there is another guy who started snitching on his partner.
Do that on your channel.
What?
Campaign for snitching.
Well, it's a good thing because they are getting the bad guys off the streets.
There's a difference again between snitching and telling. Remember.
They're both the same. At least let me put it this way: they're not the same in core. The
But
end goal is the
yeah,
same.
the
The
end goal
end
is the
goal
same.
is
Yeah.
the same. You get the bad guys off the streets. There are also other people that are trying to snitch on their partners. Lately, shout out to Bob Busters, by the way. Big shout out to Bob Busters. All Pastor was charged for a 1.3 million crypto scam. He's released a 9 minute long video explaining that the Lord told him to sell cryptocurrency with no clear access. This is how you snitch on your big partner, the Lord. Can you hear
are
it?
being
Can you hear
Yeah.
it?
charged in a civil charge from the Colorado Securities and Exchange Commission for basically selling millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency that is deemed worthless by the state. Now, the reason that they're saying that it's worthless is because there is no exit for people who have bought. We launched an exchange. The exchange technology failed. Things went downhill, and from that point forward, we've just been waiting on the Lord, literally for a miracle. So the charges are that Caitlin and I pocketed $1.3 million. And I just want to come out and say that those charges are true. So there's been $1.3 million that's been taken out of, I think it was a total of 3.4 million. But out of that 1.3, $500,000 went to the IRS and a few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do. So how this whole
The Lord told them to do. The Lord told them to start the cryptocurrency. He's snitching on the Lord. I have a feeling that the Lord, the Almighty Lord, will send his best hitter to deal with this guy. I have a strong feeling, but let's continue to listen if he's gonna snitch even more.
whole thing
An
started
open.
is the Lord told us in 21
The Lord told them in 2021 that this is what the Lord told them.
to walk away from our marketing company. And he said, I'm going to do a new thing. And then he took
Yo.
The Lord is gonna send Michael for you guys, man. I don't know what your name is. Eli Regalado. Regalado. Eli Regalado.
Yo,
Send a hitter.
you can make
Michael is coming for you, Eli. Eli,
you
I
can make
don't know why you call yourself Eli. I don't know if that's your born name or this is your pastor name you adopted. But this is crazy, Eli.
yo.
Come on, man.
What's his last name?
Regalado. Regalado.
Yo,
I think Eli
in
is half.
Spanish, in Spanish, that means gifted. As in, someone gifted you something for free.
Regalado. Yeah, that's true. Regalado. Yeah, regalado.
I
Oh
I
my
got the
God.
1.3 regalado. Yo,
Hey,
another
hey.
thing, KR,
I,
you're talking
tell me.
about you said is that you said the Lord
That's what I'm
will
not
send
saying anything.
will
He
send
said the
no,
Lord
but
told him.
you said the Lord will send his best hitter, and then you started talking about Michael. I think the Lord will send the ghosts or the angels. No, the angels. That's the proper
Michael
term.
is angel, but okay, continue.
He's an
Michael
archangel,
is his
but he's
best hit.
gonna. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. He's gonna send troops. Michael might be at the front, but he's gonna send the ghosts of the Knight Templar to go.
Come on, come on.
They have
Now
the
you're, now you're
yo.
going
They have
someplace else. You're
they
going.
have the they have the experience with warfare. So it's good.
Hey, Michael's gonna hunt this guy at a back alley and put one in his back. That's all I'm gonna say. And then he's gonna go to a back Abaddon. Good luck to
Abaddon.
him.
No.
Yeah, Abaddon. Abaddon is Lucifer's brother, or at least not brother exactly. But hey, man, don't snitch on the Lord like this, man. You might the
us into this cryptocurrency. It was a different cryptocurrency other than index coin at the time. Well, that cryptocurrency turned out to be a scam. And so the Lord says, give that to them, but also give them
dude, stop putting the Lord's name into this. It was you. It was you. What are you talking about? Hey, this is enough. This is enough. Let's wrap it up. let's wrap this up because this is getting out of hand, man.
Yeah.
Don't put the Lord's name into this. It's you
Mm, mm, mm.
snitching on your big partner.
Yeah. Next.
Next,
Hey, KR. Talk. You know what? We should do more. We should do
what?
more. We should have more of these
You
stories, just
scam
like
artist?
crazy articles. It's just like crazy articles, but usually, we use a lot of. We talk a lot
Well,
about, of course, the artists, but I think we should do more of these with these subjects because, I mean,
more of
this
why?
no more Eli's, more Mannings, more Brady's. I don't know what their names are, but
You're trying to get yourself sued. You're
yo,
putting these guys in the same. Anyway,
no, and I'm just
I
saying,
agree
I'm
with
just
you.
using the names.
I think
I'm not
we
saying,
said as well, right? We are going to look more into stories that are less known, that are
but
basically in a bit of interesting stories about crazy
yeah,
stuff like this. I think that's
I
you're
think,
definitely have a
I
point there.
think, I think there's a place for that, and yeah, let's start with the third one. Of course, we talked about the brick lady,
I
and
don't
before
call
we
her a
proceed,
brick lady. It's a brick bozo, and the bozo stands for another thing that
rich
starts
babe,
off with a with a B.
yeah,
And I'm not
and
talking about Beyonce.
yeah. And of
Yeah,
course, guys, remember to subscribe, rate the show by pressing the like button, share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. Most importantly, comment, let us know what you think about the Brick Lady, aka Brick Bozo. Yeah,
they
KR.
should start calling her Brick Bozo, man. I don't know why people are calling her a lady as someone that is an upstanding citizen. Are you're not a lady if you're out here scamming, trying to scam people. But they have don't know other name for her, so we call her Brick Bozo over here. I think we talked about Brick Bozo as well last year. We basically said right away, this is a scam, this is a hoax. Makes no sense. Since when did you hear someone hits you with a brick and the side of your face swells up like that? What kind of brick is that? The only brick I know that swells up your face like that, if you do it long enough, is the white one. But it's not one-sided. It's the whole thing. Anyway, but
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. The brick lady got charged for basically being a liar, according to cops. She started that GoFundMe, which she got 40,000 for. And the funny thing is, GoFundMe got tipped off, and they didn't give her the 40,000.
Mm,
They refunded the full 40,000 to all the donors. So
mhm,
they got tipped off, luckily. So basically, she did all that and more for nothing. Now you're
mm.
gonna get locked up. You don't have nothing to show for other than a big behind, and well, people are drooling over that big behind.
Are
I
they?
don't want. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm on the internet. People
It's always.
people are people are Stephen A. Smith level horny out here.
I'm always surprised. Every time I think that we've.
It took a while for that to find the right place.
Go on. Proceed.
No, you wanted to say something.
uh,
You're
every time, every time I think that we've reached the bottom as a species, it surprises me how quickly we are ready to throw things away, to throw reason away for a big behind.
that's why there are so many OF girls that are making money. Well, not so many. So there are a select group. The other ones are broke and need to do extra stuff, disgusting stuff to get $5. Imagine that, right?
Mhm.
You're out here. Oh, I'm not gonna describe the situation.
Don't get. Too descriptive
if
though.
I would describe, let's put it this way: people are doing crazy stuff for $5.
Yeah.
You have 10 subscribers. You have 10 subscribers. You're out here showing everything for
Yeah.
10 subscribers. God
Yeah.
bless you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless
No, but I think it's despicable what she did. You know, some people, KR, you know, people can do good and can do bad.
you.
Everyone
Yep.
has both good and bad potential. And some people do very bad things. But there are certain cases where I feel when I hear stories, I feel disgusted. I feel like I need to go take a shower. This is one of the stories. I mean, this lady, this nice lady that isn't so
It's
nice,
Bozo.
this nice lady that isn't so nice, went in the street. So you mean to tell me that she probably, because the swelling is due to an allergic reaction, so she probably
Mhm.
took something, got the
Yeah.
erect. Yo,
Boss. Yo, what the heck? Are you alluding that she doesn't only have a big behind, but also a tool to work with? A
yeah.
drilling tool.
and fact, what's the word? Allergic reaction.
Yeah,
Yo, that was pause. That's a pause moment, man.
that's
Oh
crazy.
man,
That's
nah,
crazy.
but
That's
she took,
crazy.
she took, yo, and she took it as well. She took it, and anyway, but
Rhoda turned into Rodman as well.
yo, rode a turd into rod. Pause.
I've seen him do it. Quit playing.
Love it.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all.
Yo,
Life.
no pun
I'll
intended.
be fighting Rod. Big Rod. Big Rod.
Pause. Nah,
Oh,
man.
man. Oh, man. Hey, good
But
luck to Rod, man.
no, man. But it's oh man, that's and then but
I
then
do
she
agree with you.
she
It's very
she went
disgusting.
she went in the streets with the swollen face,
And start accusing
started
ghosts.
just yelling, and so the other people were probably just standing there and turned around, and they were like feeling helpless because what can they do? It's so
Yeah.
disgusting. And then she went abroad, posted a picture, no, or
Yeah.
video or something of her being abroad in the Caribbean. I mean,
The thing is this. So, according to an interview I saw, the story was as follows: where this is what you always say. If people always are trying to insert lies into truths. So she was hanging with a guy. She attacked the guy. According to something, the story was some around this. It, she attacked the guy. The guy threw a bottle of water at her. It
mhm,
hit her, not exactly maybe
mhm.
on the face. And then she went online and tell that she got the
But
break.
did
But
she already had?
she
Did she
probably
already
had it
had?
already. They say it's impossible that's why they're charging her, because it's basically she made up a lie and tried to get funds for that.
Yeah,
It wasn't the swollen the swollen face
the
wasn't
swelling,
because of,
swollen. Yeah, okay.
yeah, the swollen face, the swelling in her face wasn't because of whatever happened between those two. So
Hmm.
basically, it's all fake. It's all fake, and I do agree with you. This is very disgusting because of this is the thing. People, we know there is let's call it a mental war between the genders.
Yeah,
It's obvious. Everyone is seeing it.
yeah.
No one is actually aware of what they're talking about because they are too stupid to understand. But she used that um,
Momentum.
momentum, the animosity towards men to gain sympathy with the woman or with Sims to get some monetary advantage out of it. And this is not the only person. I mean, you see that all over the internet. People are misusing this clash that is happening, this culture clash, for monetary gains.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sims are everywhere. And since women usually try to support each other, they fall for these stories quite easily.
Yeah.
And they
Women
give,
and white knights.
yeah, Sims. You can call them Sims, white knights, dummies, Rotmans,
Yo.
Stephen A. Smith, horny level dudes.
Uh,
Hey,
nah, but
hey,
it's good. But I
yeah,
think she turned herself in. I think, right, and she
yeah.
turned
I mean,
herself in and got a.
did she had a choice? Did she had a,
I don't know.
she doesn't look like someone who will be running from the police. What kind of life is that? You can shake your ass when you're running from the police, right? You cannot you cannot create content.
She probably
Just go.
went there with a camera to start yelling police brutality as well. But
Do you remember how she slapped the white guy? That's when we
a
knew
couple
that
of them, you would just
she was,
walk up to them and slap them.
and then shake her ass. Dude, that's when we knew this was fake. That's what
Mhm.
we knew. And I
Cool.
understand not everyone has the brain capacity to understand
Yeah.
and verify things without having to verify every aspect. But you can see the type of person she is. Apparently, this is not the first time she did this, by the way. She did this 2 years before this. She also started a GoFundMe for being attacked.
I
So
remember.
this is her modus operandi.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Good
Mo.
luck to her. MO, yeah,
I
that's
do,
her MO.
uh,
I hope
yeah.
she gets locked up. She learns her story. Usually people like this don't learn. They don't learn. They don't
I
learn.
think she has. No, I think she's not 100% in her head either. So, no, man. But
Well,
in any case, I don't wish her good luck. I just wish her karma, and we'll see.
well,
Maybe the Lord has something for her as well. In any case, yeah.
let's wrap this up, man. You're putting
Hey,
the
thanks
Lord.
to every.
Well, Lord,
Hey, thanks
Lord,
to everyone.
all those who's trying to affiliate themselves with the Lord.
Yeah.
Why is that? Anyway, continue. You don't want
Thank
to answer
you
that.
for everyone that's checked us out. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And of course, don't forget to comment. Let us know what you think about the topics discussed. With that being said, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time, peace.
Peace, Bozo, Rotman,
That
Dennis
was
Rot. Yo, this is great. Dennis Rot.